Hello everyone. So today we're gonna be double tapping the 13-inch at 200 yards. Okay, so the goal here is to try and squeeze off the two shots before the sound has a chance to echo back at me. Okay, so basically I want to basically pump the trigger 2 times, click click, and then hear ding ding. Okay, so I have already done this with the 11.5 inch. Um, I think I had something like a 50% success rate. I mean, I was able to hit the target. Target's like 2 foot by 1 foot, so I was able to hit it like almost, I think, 100%. But as far as being able to get the two shots off before the ding echoes back, I was about 50% with that. That had a shielded. That had the Spitfire muzzle brake, which is like the best muzzle brake I've ever come across. In both, it reduced the recoil a little bit, and it basically eliminates the flash. Okay, and I've shot that at night. It's almost like you're shooting a suppressor. Okay. So anyway, I was about 50% successful in that. I think it was a total of 20 rounds that I did. So about, about half of them I was able to get that double tap. I did the AR-47 just a few days ago, right? So that's with 7.62 by 3.9. With that, I was out of the 20. I think I was able to only do it like, I think maybe 5 times, 4 or 5 times. The issue with the 7.62 by 3.9 is the added recoil. Okay, so I would shoot it and basically would throw my reticle off the target. I had to drive it back on, so that made me a little bit slower. So I had less success with that slightly higher recoil. So today I'm going back to the 5.56. But there's two differences versus when I did this with the 11.5 inch. Number one, I don't have a bipod on this, so I'm going to be shooting like kind of sort of improvised. Okay, the reason is because this 13, like if you look at this gun, like I think I weighed it earlier without the magazine, with the magnifier, it's like 7 pounds 3 ounces. So this is like a super light gun, right? This is a really light gun. You can hold one-handed. You could throw this over your back. you know, walk through the woods all day, and then whip it around, get on target, and do your shooting. Okay, so this is a very, very light gun. Now, 13 inches. It does have a core valley linear comp, which I think brings it to like 14.5 inches. So I think your 16-inch with the 1.5 inch basically comes out to close to like 18 inches with the bird cage on it. So just that little bit of weight reduction, makes this a much more nimble gun. So no bipod on this, no light. The idea with this gun is if I want to put a light on this, I would just throw a pistol light on the top. Okay, so that's something you keep in your back pocket or backpack, and you can just throw on a pistol light. So very light gun here. So the issue with this gun, right, is that this Core Valley linear comp, it's great for bringing the noise level down to something that's reasonable, right? It kind of sounds like a regular AR, but it creates a huge muzzle flash. Okay, so the Radical Firearms did an excellent job of reducing the muzzle flash. This gun is going to put out a huge muzzle flash. Now, in the daytime, if it's bright, it's harder to see. The sun is starting to set now. It's a cloudy day, so we're going to see a lot more muzzle flash. So what I'm trying to figure out in this exercise is, is that muzzle flash like just too much where I can't accomplish my goal of double tapping and getting, pumping the trigger 2 times before the sound comes back? Or is the muzzle flash going to be so much that I have to kind of like wait until, have to wait between my shots? Okay, so that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out here today, because I already know I can do this with 5.56, right, and get at least 50, get a 50%, have a 50% success rate. So the challenge here is going to be the muzzle flash. Okay, that's the thing that's different here. Okay, again, I'm also shooting this in an improvised position, no bipod, because again, this gun is meant to be something very light. That I want to keep this gun as light as possible. Okay. So pull this chair out of the way, and I'll just use this as a as an improvised rest. Okay, so this could be like wood, this could be, you know, this could be anything. Okay, so take off the magnifier so I can get on target. Do this. Let me try and stabilize myself even more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, there you go, use the sling for a little bit more stability. A little bit tighter. There you go, that's a little bit better. Issue I'm having is stability. Without the bipod in this improvised position, I am moving around way too much. So the muzzle flash wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's not. I guess it's not dark enough. So that because I really couldn't even see it. Normally I can see it even if it's bright in this. I think that I was just struggling so much with trying to stabilize the gun. Now, granted, like if I gave myself all the time in the world, yeah, I mean I could get it stabilized, you know. But again, I'm trying. I'm in an improvised position. I'm trying to kind of get those two shots off as fast as possible. So after taking that first shot, trying to get the gun back under control, take that second shot. Yeah, I mean, I think I had a 0 success rate with this. Okay, I mean, I got plenty of hits on target, but there was just too much movement. Now, if I had gone to a prone position, yeah, I would have had a much more success rate. Because basically I would have dug the magazine into the ground, try to stabilize it. But here's the thing, and this is realistic shooting here. From this position here, if I go prone on the ground, I don't have the clearance to see the target, right? So basically, because the ground's not flat, it's you know it's wavy, it's hilly. So I need to be that high in order to have a line of sight to my target. Okay. So, you know, you're not always going to have the option of shooting prone, okay? Even though it's a better position to be in. So sometimes the kneeling position is the best that you can get. Now, from that kneeling position, right, with the gun basically rested on some type of, you know, improvised piece of wood there, I didn't get the double taps that I wanted, but I got plenty of good hits on target, okay? So I can't quite go as fast as I want to, but I can still make effective hits. So again, one of the things that, you know, like you gotta, until you do it, you don't know what you can do and what you can't do. And, you know, if you guys look at the video from my 11.5-inch gun, I did a couple of videos on it. I did one video called One Gun to Rule Them All. The bipod pretty much lives on that gun. It's 11.5 inches, so it's light enough that it can stay on there. With this gun, if I put a bipod on here with the 13 inches, it basically, you know, it gets a little awkward. It gets a little front heavy. It gets, you know, I can't just hold it up as easy here and do like magazine changes, you know. You know, so the 13 inches with the bipod with a permanent light, you know, this gun, it works. This gun is a lot better like this, right, with less stuff on it. The 11.5 inch, I can keep it loaded with a rifle light, with a bipod, with flip up backup sights with a 6x magnifier. This time I was only using a 3x magnifier on this gun, right? There's only a 3x on this one. Yeah, and you know what? If nothing else, this exercise that I did here today kind of proves to me that, you know what, that 11.5 inch, you know, it's a great length, and I need to get another upper. I need to get another 11.5 inch, maybe get a 10.5 inch. I don't have a 10.5 inch. I've got plenty of 7.5s. The 7.5s are a little bit too short. They lose a little bit too energy. The accuracy tends to fall off on those. So 10.5, 11.5 inch, that's the sweet spot right there. The 13 inch is nice because you got almost a 16 inch here, right? But not quite. And it's, you know, if you're going in and out of vehicles, this is a great setup like this, right? This is good length. But yeah, that as far as a do-it-all gun where you can load it up with everything, lights, bipod, magnifiers, flip-up sights, 11.5 inches is it. Okay, so that's today's exercise, and I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on it. Okay, so drop some comments. It helps push the algorithm. I don't monetize this channel. I just do these videos to basically spread the gun love, try and get more people into the gun culture. Okay, talk to y'all soon. All right, well, I hope you guys stuck around. We're gonna do this exercise again. This time I got a bipod. I found a real cheap one laying around. Hope it's good enough. Okay, we're gonna do the same exercise this time. Actually sitting in the chair using the bipod and trying to accomplish the same thing. Basically, I want to pump the trigger twice and basically hear the ding immediately. Okay, so let's see if we can accomplish that. It was definitely better. Definitely had more stability. This bipod seems to slide a little bit more on the table than I think the other one that I had when I did the 11.5 inch. I could definitely see more of the muzzle flash, but that muzzle flash really wasn't the thing that was overwhelming me. It's just trying to keep that dot on target, you know, through that recoil. It was definitely easier with the 11.5 inch, which had a better shielded muzzle brake, right? Because it's just a linear comp. That's actually a shielded muzzle brake. So with that, I think it was like 50% success rate. With this, maybe I got 3 out of the, you know, I managed to do it 3 times. But yeah, definitely much more stable. Definitely like worth considering. Like, you know, even though the bipod adds weight to the gun, but maybe something worth keeping in your backpack or keeping with your equipment. You know, maybe even if it's not on the gun, maybe if you think you're going to be doing any distance shooting, it's a very useful tool, no doubt about that. Okay? So anyway, drop some comments. Talk to you all soon.